Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Josh here from the Platinum Trophy, looking at the Days of Play PlayStation sale, and this is all the games that are going to be discounted. We're going to be taking a look at the sale and all the games that are on special, as well as the easy or potentially easy trophies that you can earn from these games. Let's dive in and take a look. Let's do it. I'm just going to cut in here at the very beginning of the video as well. This video is for both Europe and North America. Both sales are slightly different. However, the games in the North American store and the European store don't differ enough for me to create two separate videos for it. So let's just consider this the definitive version of this sale for both regions. Alright, let's get on with the rest of the video. Alrighty guys, as I mentioned at the top, we're taking a look at the Days of Play sale today for Europe. This is on the PlayStation Store, and we're going to be taking a look at all the easy trophies that you can potentially earn. I've already gone through this one, and there's nothing that is a dead easy platinum. There's nothing that's like a 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, half an hour platinum. They're all going to be a little bit more time consuming, but there are some awesome games in here, and there are some really good prices as well. So I thought, let's go through them all. Let's look at the easy trophies or easy platinums, being games that are like anywhere between a 1 out of 10 to a 4 or a 5 out of 10, but they might take you up to 20, 30, 40 hours. But they're still easy and enjoyable as well, which is, to be honest, probably better than a whole bunch of really easy, cheap, boring platinums. It's really cold. Let me go and change this. Hang on. Alright, that's better. Okay, let's take a look at the sale. So first up, this is the first page. I don't know how to change the view of it. You can only look at them like a few at a time for some reason on this sale. First thing to point out is PlayStation Plus is 30% off. If you don't have PlayStation Plus, I don't know what you're doing, because you need it for online and blah 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 blah. It's a good time to buy it if you need a refill, and the good thing about PlayStation Plus is that it does stack. So if you already have a subscription that lasts for like another 6 or 7 months, you can potentially have it like last 2 or 3 years stacking on top of each other. So that's the first thing to point out. And then on this page, the only other game that's like a reasonably easy platinum is Spider-Man. And Marvel Spider-Man's an awesome game as well. This one's like a 3 out of 10. It's going to take you somewhere between 30 to 35 hours, I would say, to complete. It's an original Spider-Man story, and if you haven't played this one already, then you know it's $24.95 in Australia, which is normally more expensive than everywhere else in the world, which means it's going to be dirt cheap wherever else you are. And I would highly recommend this one. So I would recommend that one for sure. Over on page 2, we've got The Sims 4. Now, that's traditionally a harder game, but with the like little glitch you can do, you can unlock that platinum in about 4 hours by following the guide and doing everything the guide tells you. You can unlock all the trophies for that one really easily. I know it was on PlayStation Plus not that long ago though, so I'm hoping a lot of you guys have already picked that one up. We've got Dreams and Days Gone. They're both first-party titles. Dreams is realistically going to take you around 35 hours as well, and it's probably again another a 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. There are some creative trophies associated with this game, as well as playing trophies though, so if you're not into that kind of thing, it might be a little bit more grindy, but that game is really discounted. And Days Gone's the same, $24.95 in Australia, same price as Spider-Man. This one is a little bit longer. This one's probably going to take you more like 40 to 50 hours to platinum, but again, it's still only going to be a 3, maybe a 4 out of 10 difficulty for this one here. So a game that came out not that long ago is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. I know, it's a mouthful. It's just MW2, which was on PS3 and 360. It's a great game, and the platinum is pretty reasonable for this one. Probably going to take you around 15 hours or so to complete, and it's you're probably a 4 or 5 out of 10. There are 2 trophies in the game that are problematic. The first is for finishing the whole game without dying. It's called Immortal, and it's a real pain, but I do have a trophy roadmap for it up on the channel. The second trophy in the game that is a pain is for finishing the game on Hardened Veteran difficulty, which is also slightly challenging, but if you're into COD and you've played those COD games, it shouldn't be too bad for you. Alright, let's keep going. On this page here, I don't think there's anything worth mentioning. I think these are all more difficult platinums. I mean, if you're into Resident Evil, it's at a super cheap price, so it's worth buying, but it's not an easy plat. The Last of Us is hard as well and time consuming. So is The Witcher, so is Persona, and so is Death Stranding. Again, these are awesome games. If you haven't got these games, then they are super cheap. It's a great price. However, they're not easy plats. Over here, The Show. I don't think that's easy either. None of those really are. On this page here, Monster Hunter World. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's like 200 hours or something like that. I had an idea of doing that at one point. Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn. Let's just look at Far Cry 5. This is like a 3 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. But it's probably going to take you about 25 to 30 hours to finish. It's a standard Ubisoft like collectathon, do everything, collect everything kind of game. So you've literally got to go through every outpost, collect everything in the game. To be honest, can be quite tedious, but it's not a bad game. It's a great game, and it's a pretty easy platinum as well. The other game we've got here is Control, which is Remedy's game. This is a 4 out of 10 difficulty, and it's probably going to take you around like 20 to 25 hours to finish this one off. It's not too bad. If you guys are familiar with Control, or not familiar with Control, Remedy is the developer who made Alan Wake, which was a survival psychological thriller, I think they called it. But it's essentially like a Silent Hill type game, maybe a little bit less horror, more psychological thriller, which is exactly what I just said. They have made this game here, which is along the same lines to that. Same sort of weirdness and narrative. So if you're into those kind of games like I am, then this is probably right up your alley. And it's a pretty straightforward platinum as well. Hitman 2 I think has a platinum, but Hitman 1 doesn't. So Call of Duty doesn't have an easy one. Neither does Sekiro, Metro, or The Hunt. Great games, but again, no platinum. I mean, Tomb Raider is like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It's probably more like 35 to 40 hours. I think if I remember correctly, there's like a hard difficulty trophy in there as well that you need to do. God of War is a longer one as well. I think that's more like 40 to 50 hours, and it's got some like really hard end game stuff that is quite difficult for people. I would say like with a guide, LA Noire is like probably like 20 hours to platinum. But I would encourage you to play it without a guide, because it's actually just a really fun game. Without a guide, more like 30 to 40 hours, I would say. And it's probably like a 3 or 4 out of 10. It's mostly like on the rails, kind of handholdy. And it's the last of those kind of Rockstar games before Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. UFC 3 apparently is an easy platinum, and I have had people on the channel mention it before, but I've looked it up online. It's like 100 hours or something, so unless I'm missing something with that one, I have no idea. Biohazard, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard for $13.95. That's so damn cheap. This here is a reasonably easy one. It involves like 4 or 5 playthroughs of the game though. But each playthrough gets progressively faster because you get better at the game and get better equipment. Probably like a 2 or let's say a 3 or 4 out of 10 difficulty, and probably around 25 to sort of 30-ish hours to get the platinum in that one. Fallout 76 we're not even going to talk about. This is actually what I'm looking forward to, this one, Ancestors. I was meaning to pick this up and I haven't yet, so I'm going to probably grab that one. I don't believe it's an easy platinum. I couldn't find a roadmap for it online, so I'm not really sure, but I'm going to check that out and see what the situation is there. Uncharted Lost Legacy is a great price as well. There is a trophy for finishing the game on crushing difficulty though, which is the hardest difficulty in the game, so keep that in mind if you're going to go for that one. Otherwise, it's not too bad. Ratchet & Clank, another really, well, I'd say really easy plat. It's like a 20-hour platinum, like 3 or 4 out of 10. Let's say 3 out of 10 difficulty for this one here. Good game though, like a really solid action mascot platformer game. You're gonna have to play the game twice though. Medieval is another easy one. That's like a 2 or 3 out of 10. It's gonna take you like 15 hours. It's a bit shorter. It's a PS1 remake of the original Medieval game, which, yeah, being a PS1 game, it's inherently just going to be shorter time to finish everything in it, and that's not a bad game. It plays okay. Plants vs. Zombies is a little bit more time consuming. All of the Lego games kind of fit into this camp. Like, they're going to be like 20 to 40 hours, somewhere in that time frame. Lego Worlds is different. It's kind of like a bit like Minecraft, where you have to create stuff, just not obviously as good as Minecraft, but that's potentially another easy one. All the Lego games are really a 2 out of 10. If you've got PSVR, Astrobot is a must if you haven't played it already. That's a reasonably easy plat as well. It's like a 2 out of 10, I would say. Probably like 15 hours to platinum. Again, another mascot platformer, but in VR. And it uses VR in really awesome ways, so it's definitely worth checking out with good trophies as well. Yeah, on PlayStationTrophies.org, there's a guide for Plague Tale. It says 3 out of 10 and about 20 hours to complete. It's like a stealth narrative, story-based stealth game, I would say. The rest of the stuff here is quite time consuming though, so let's skip through that. Again, another Lego game. We'll group all these together, right? So we've got Lego Star Wars and Lego Movie 1 and 2, and then Lego Movie 2. They're all going to be about, again, 20 to 40 hours and a 2 out of 10 difficulty. All the Lego games have the same kind of trophy list and the same kind of tropes to them. They're great, they're just all kind of very samey. Concrete Genie, though, is a easy plat. This actually could be the easiest one on the list. This is an 8-hour platinum, according to PlayStationTrophies.org. There's a roadmap on there, and it's going to take a 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty, so it's probably the easiest one actually on the entire list here that we've looked at so far in terms of speed. Bravo Team is the same thing. So Bravo Team is a short game as well. I think it's like 10 hours. It's a VR game, and it's not a great game. It's pretty rough. But it's about 10 hours long, and again, probably like a 3 or a 2 out of 10 difficulty to finish that one. Straightforward, but I believe you need a co-op partner for that one as well. Super Hot's a little bit harder. We've got Bioshock the collection here. I mean, that's an awesome price for Bioshock, but Bioshock's a pretty long game. It's not super quick. It's going to take you a decent amount of time to finish the platinum in that one. And then the last thing here you've got is this Lego bundle with DC Villains and Lego Batman. Again, same as the previous Lego games, you're looking at like 40 hours and 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. So that's everything in the Days of Play sale. This goes for 2 weeks, I believe, the sale, from now until the 17th of June. But yeah, pretty decent sale, I would say. There's some stuff in here for sure that's worth checking out if you're a trophy hunter. There's some really easy platinums in here, but great games as well, which I know we don't talk about a ton of like amazing games on the channel. Normally we're so focused on the easiest plats. And these are pretty easy platinums, like a 2 out of 10, a 3 out of 10, those I would consider very easy platinums. However, because they're not going to be taking 10 minutes to platinum, they kind of get missed, even though they probably should be getting a bit more of the credit. I'll add something at the beginning of this video. I've just gone through the US version of the sale as well and checked that out. The games are pretty much the same. There's a couple of slight discrepancies in there, but there's nothing else that I would have really talked about. There are some additional games in there. There's some different Lego games in there too. I think Lego Jurassic Park and things like that. But again, there's nothing else in there that I would have discussed in the video anyway, even though there are some different games featured in it. But that's literally all there is anyway. So that's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out with the algorithm and helps my videos get seen by more people. If you're going to be checking out any of the games in these sales, let me know down in the comment section below what you're keen to check out. If there's any great deals in here that I've missed, let us know as well so we can tell the rest of the community. It helps everybody out. But yeah, that's all there is from me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I do really appreciate everyone who sits through all these really long videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.